I hope you have understood what is active voice and what is passive voice. Now, there are 3 rules to transform a sentence from active voice to passive voice. Let us go through that. Rule 1. You have to exchange the places of subject and object of the sentence. For example, active voice sentence, I eat rice. Here, I is the subject, eat is the verb, and rice is the object of the sentence. In the passive voice sentence, it can be written. So, what is the object in the active voice sentence? Yes, rice. So, it must be written as the subject in the passive voice. That is, rice has become the subject. Rice is eaten by me. See, rice has become the subject and I is transformed to by me, that it has become an object. Similarly, one more example. Passive voice sentence is given here. Vice versa we have to do. See that football is played by the boys. Here, football is the subject and in the active voice you see football has become the object and by the boys is the object in the passive voice. It has become the subject in the active voice. That is, the boys play football. Okay. While exchanging the places of the subject, when we transform a subject from active voice to passive voice, we have to focus on one thing. The form of the subject has to be changed a little. The changes should be like the following. I in the active voice sentence has to be transformed into by me in the passive voice sentence. We has to be transformed into by us, you by you, he by him, she by her, they by them. Any kind of names like George, Raj, etc. we have to add by before it. That is by George, by Raj, etc. Rule 3. The most important change in a voice change is the changing of verbs. This changing of the verbs depends on tense. Tense changes happens as the following. In this video, we are going to learn only the present tense. In the present tense, there are 4 divisions. First one is simple present tense. The second one, present continuous tense. The third one, present perfect tense. And the fourth one is present perfect continuous tense. The first one, change of verbs in simple present. Let me explain an example. I drink milk. I is the subject, drink is the verb and milk is the object here. See how it becomes the passive voice. Milk is drunk by me. Here the object has become the subject and the verb drink has become is drunk. That is, we added the auxiliary verb is and drink has become drunk. That is the V3 form of the verb. That is drink, drank, drunk. That is the third one, past participle form of the verb. We have to write in the passive voice. That you have to remember very well. Then I has become by me. In the second rule we have learnt, isn't it? I has become by me here. So this easily we can change from active to passive voice. So here you can see that the verb drink has changed to is drunk. It is the basic rule of changing the verb of simple present tense. Formation of basic rule is subject plus am or is or are plus V3. V3 means the third form or past participle form of the verb. For example, do, did, done. That is the third form. That is the done. Okay, that is the V3 form. Some more examples for you. You play cricket. You subject, play is the verb, cricket is the object. See, cricket object has become the subject. Cricket is played by you. See how the play is changed to is played. Is the auxiliary verb and V3 form of the play is played. Play, played, played. So that played. But past participle form of the verb. Next, he makes the plans. The plans are made by him. Because the plans is the plural, we have to add or here. Makes has changed to made by him. They do the work. The work is done by them. Here, do change to is done. In these sentences, there are auxiliary verbs like is, are, and main verb like play, make, do. V3 are past participle form of the verbs like played, made, done of the simple present tense verbs play, make, do. They are used as the main verbs of passive voice sentences. Second one is change of verbs in present continuous tense. The basic rule of the voice change in the present continuous tense is subject plus am or is or are plus being plus V3 verb should be added. For example, the man is reading a book. Here, the man is the subject, is the auxiliary verb, reading is the verb, main verb, a book is the object. See, the object has become the subject, a book, is auxiliary verb is added because the book is singular, we are adding is, being is added, then read, V3 form of the verb, read only, so read by the man, subject has become the object. Some more examples are the baby is drinking milk. Here the object milk has become subject milk, is auxiliary verb is added, and for drinking being is added, then for drink the V3 form is drunk, by the baby has become the object. Then next one, the students are drawing pictures. Here the object pictures has become the subject of the passive voice. Pictures are, because pictures are singular, so we are adding are here. Then being is added. For draw, drawn is the V3 form of the verb, so it is added. Then by, the students has become the object. Then I am writing a story. Here a story, object of the sentence has become the subject. A story is auxiliary verb, being, write for write, written is the V3 form of the verb, so written by, I has become me. Before going to present perfect tense, first you have to know the usage of has, have and had. If a sentence has I, you, we, they and plural as the subject, then you have to use have. If the sentence has he, she, it and singular as the subject, then you have to use has. For both have and has, had is the past tense form of the verb. For example, I will say some examples. I have a pen. You have a pen. We have pens. They have pens. He has a pen. She has a pen. It has a pen. I hope you have understood. Like this, you have to know the usage of have, has and had. Then we will go for the third thing. Third one, change of verbs in present perfect sentences. The basic rule of voice change of present perfect tense is subject plus have or has. It depends on the subject. Then been plus V3 verb. Let us see an example. I have finished my homework. Here I is the subject, have auxiliary verb, finished is the main verb, my homework is the object. Here my homework, the object has become the subject in the passive voice. My homework has. It depends on the subject. Been is added. Then the past participle form, that is V3, is finished only. So we add finished. I has changed into by me. Some more examples are you have seen him. Here him, the object changes to subject he. Because he is here, we have to write has. Been is added and V3 form of the verb is seen by you. Next, he has collected the money. The money, the object changes to subject here. The money has been collected. V3 form of the verb is collected only. So collected. Then he changes to by him according to the second rule. Okay. The last tense change, that is change of verbs in present perfect continuous tense. Let me explain with an example. The boys have been playing football since morning. This is the active voice sentence. See how it transformed into passive. Football is the object of the active voice sentence, has become the subject. Football has, because it is a singular, we are adding has as auxiliary verb, and been added because it is perfect. Then because the main verb playing is in the continuous tense, we have to add being in the passive voice. So being played, that is V3 form of the verb is played since morning by the boys. The boys has changed to by the boys. The basic rule of voice change of present perfect continuous tense is subject have or has plus been plus being plus V3 as I explained you in the example. Let us see some more examples. The students have been reading books since morning. This sentence can be transformed into passive voice. Books is the object in the sentence, so it has become the subject. Books have, because books is the plural, we are using have here. Then been, being, because it is continuous tense form of the verb is given as main verb. So we are adding being. Read is the V3 form of the verb for read. Then the students have become by the students. The next example, the writer has been writing a novel for 3 months. Here, a novel is the object, so it has become the subject of the sentence. Because it is a singular, has should be written here. Then, because the perfect tense, been is added. Because the main verb writing is in the continuous tense, we have to add being. Then, for write, the V3 form of the verb is written. For 3 months, the writer has become by the writer. Dear children, I hope you have understood the active and passive voices very well. So, go through all these things patiently one by one. Repeat the video twice or thrice till you understand the subject.